Twitter profile. Yeah, that's live. Let's check YouTube. Oh shit. Bum 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 bum. Crypto waffle. Yeah, that's live. And then Instagrams. Go live. Is yours live?
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly. Right. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 80 of Crypto Waffle, the big 80. And today, we haven't really got any topics planned, but there's plenty to be discussed. As everybody knows, if you live in the UK, we're going for a ridiculous heat wave for this time of year for us at the moment. Yeah, prepping Crypto C for his move. But yeah, what's on top of mind, sir? What would you like to discuss?
There's a few things going on. So, geopolitics, war in Iran, the shoots of peace are showing up. What does that do for the macro? We've got a new Fed chair who is crypto positive in the US. What does that do for the macro? And people are starting to believe, might well be a bull trap, that Bitcoin has bottomed. What does that do for our bags? And is Michael Saylor preparing to sell? Did I already say that one?
No, you didn't say that.
Is Michael Saylor preparing to sell? It's another thing that is starting to become newsworthy. Plus, what the hell is going on with hype?
So, which one do you want to tackle first?
Should we start with the Fed chair? And does it
Yeah,
make much of a difference?
yeah.
Earlier this week, I guess his name is Kev, old Kev.
Kevin.
Well, we'll call him Kev until he does something stupid. When he does something stupid, then we can call him Kevin. Then we call him by his full government. But for now, we'll call him Kev because he's a mate of ours. Apparently, he's here to pump our bags. He's a friend of Trump's. Trump was supposed to be there to pump our bags. Turns out he just came and pumped his own. So will Kev be any better? What are your thoughts on the new Fed chair, and how important do you think it is?
I mean, he's gone in, and the consensus a couple months ago was that he was a major dove, and obviously Trump was banging the drum about wanting rates cut for the last year or so, and Jerome Powell wasn't doing much of it.
You're going really quiet, by the way.
Is that a bit better? Better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. So yeah, he was a major dove going into it. It's to be seen yet whether they are going to cut. There is talks of potential hikes just because of the rise of inflation. But then again, crypto friendly, like I think as a longer standing point of view or longer term, I think ultimately it will be good. In the shorter term, don't really know. But I definitely would want to hold crypto related stocks and assets whilst he is in chair. But that again is looking from a longer term perspective. But I don't think it's going to be a bad thing.
Do you think it makes any massive difference? Is it something that now he's in, you're like, right now, I want to put extra risk on? Or are you adopting more of a wait and see approach?
In a sense, so that the putting risk on side of things, I would in equity space.
Okay.
Just because at the moment, as you mentioned a minute ago, equities are in still a bull market, or
Yeah.
clear bull market, whereas Bitcoin's a bit. Bitcoin and the majority of cryptos are lagging slash in a bear. So it's difficult to say, but I do think if you're going to play or try and play the short-term equity ball, you're best off owning crypto-related equity assets rather than crypto itself.
Leads me on to something else actually. S&P's kicked through 7,500. The whole thing is just starting to look a bit silly. How long do you think that lasts for? What do you think the effects will be on our beloved crypto when eventually the bubble bursts?
So this is one thing I was discussing the other day with a friend, just talking. Now, the equity market is in a full-blown ball. Like, it's clear to see. We've made all-time highs after all-time highs. Everyone thought the AI bubble was over, and then everything's ripped to all-time highs again. We had NVIDIA earnings. I didn't actually have a look at the NVIDIA chart after earnings. Let me just have a quick glance at that. Did they actually beat? Do we know?
I don't know, but judging by the fact that the whole thing didn't tip into recession, I'm assuming that they beat.
Let's have a look. Let's get the earnings up. Oh, yeah, they beat. Surprise estimate 6.5%. Revenue estimated was 78. Well, I call it 79 billion. They actually did 82.
Yeah.
So yeah, another beat for NVIDIA. And the big question in the AI space is how long can this last?
Yeah.
Effectively. But the big macro picture is I think this lasts, and not just me, but loads of people I actually think the AI bubble lasts a hell of a lot longer than anyone can actually predict. Because if we think about to the last time in the world we had something this strong and powerful, was probably the Industrial Revolution, right? Because arguably going forward, the next stage of this is that we are going to be putting them into robots, into cars, into things that's going to be taking people's mechanical jobs. So it's not just going to be the white collar office stuff that this takes. It will be starting to clear delivery drivers, lorry drivers, taxi drivers. It will be starting to clear warehouse workers. Like, it's going to be factory workers. It's endless. So although we might see the build out burst, arguably the build out could not burst because the amount of compute and storage we need to then host the next set of data, which is from all the blue collar jobs. So I think this can continue. I don't think it's going to end soon, but I do think we'll have small pullbacks along the way, for sure.
Does crypto get to play a part in this, as this will be a worldwide phenomenon? When we used to speak about things like real world assets, we used to speak about things like decentralized or distributed compute, distributed storage as projects, things like Filecoin, Sia, Akash, all of those sorts of things. Are they now cryptos that, now that we sort of know,
I think you might see a pickup in that sort of stuff, but I think the main thing that you'll see from crypto in it is the rise of agents using crypto, and they're not going to be biased to which crypto they can use. It'll be whichever one is easiest and fastest, and you probably have a handful of cryptos. Like, they're not, you'll have a handful of agents that do a specific thing that maybe use Solana. Then you'll have some different agents that or from TradFi, from a perspective, will use ETH. Like, there's going to be a variety of stuff, but I don't think people should think, oh, like, equities in a bull just desert crypto, because at the end of the day, crypto is going to be underpriced or mispriced compared to a lot of the equity stuff, and you will likely get a rotation. And you've also got in the next decade coming, when I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I've read this a while ago as well, but in the next 10 to 15 years, you've got the most boomers anticipated to die to date. And the boomers in the world currently own like 80% of equity, and if that all gets passed down to their sons, daughters, younger generations, if they've grown up with the likes of crypto and equity, and yet all of their equities in real estate and stuff, a lot of people like myself aren't interested in owning real estate and would much rather own digital assets or equities than that. So you will likely see, you'd see severe rotations. in this sort of stuff. And there's one guy. So, what's his name? My mind has gone completely blank. But he's on YouTube and he talks about Jordi Visser. That's his name. 100% watch him. By the way, he is goated at this sort of stuff. But he talks about being in an equity bull market, but that has busts along the way. So we are in a phase where we are likely in a decade to 2 decade long bull, but you will have miniature flash crash bears along the way. And that's also caused by higher interest rates. We're likely going to a period where we have higher interest rates for longer, which people aren't used to. Obviously, the last 20 years or so, everyone's used to little to no interest on a lot of things. And it's going to be a big shock when you're going to get a mortgage and all of a sudden you're getting charged 7%. So it's all part of parcel of...
Do you think that's possible, though, that interest rates can be pushed up that high? And then how much money do you think they have to print to sustain that?
Obviously, for that to sustain, they're going to have to print money. And also from the AI point of view, like people lose their jobs. Elon Musk has talked about it before. Everyone likely goes on to some form of UBI. Now, to pay for that, you need to print a lot more money. So you can see kind of where everything's leading to, in a sense. And yes, everyone talks about when this falls, it's going to be the greatest crash of all time. But it's going to do that. Every crash from now and beyond is going to be the greatest crash of all time. Just like every bull market from now and beyond is going to be the greatest bull market of all time.
Yeah.
Because we're printing more money consistently.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it's not a good thing, but they know how to keep this train running. We're seeing it run now. It's not to say we're not going to have a crash along the way. But I think, like we've mentioned before on here, all crashes should be used to buy mispriced assets, effectively.
I've got a message come through on Instagram.
Go for it.
It's somebody called Tony T.
Tony T. Hello, Tony.
They're saying, you idiots made me short hype last week. I shorted it and now I've lost everything. I need to get a job. Are you
lost everything? Well, I'm afraid that's not our problem, Tony. That sounds like inconsiderate trading. If you'd watched the show, you saw we had a stop loss.
Yes.
And that protected us from blowing up, unlike yourself.
Which we very quickly hit, I might add.
Yeah. But I do send our regards, Tony. Unfortunate for going back to the 9 to 5, but is what it is.
You know what? You can't beat honest day's work and an honest day's pay.
No, you can't beat it honest. And that's also, I have to apologise for all of our social media followers out there. I have done 0 posts last week because the absolute cheek of the company that I work for have actually made me do my allotted hours this week. But don't you worry, I will be sure to claim my time back.
Well, what you've got to do next bull run is sack the job in, and then go back when we go back into a bear market and it's time to accumulate. Yeah. Okay, so Michael Saylor, what are we saying? He hasn't been arrested yet. I think it's on the cards. I don't think he will. But they're making moves so that they can start talking about selling Bitcoin. Also, last week we had like massive outflows from ETFs, which is obviously only possible because we had massive inflows to ETFs. They can't sell what they didn't buy. What are your thoughts about the institutions?
The Michael Saylor side of stuff, I think he'll only sell, but he'll only sell if it doesn't scare institutions effectively. So he'll come up with some sort of backstory like we need to sell this to cover this, which will then, i.e. in the shorter / longer term, protect us from X, Y, and Z or something like that. I don't think he'll do it if it will cause, or if he thinks it will cause, a big backlash with regards to the stock price.
Do you think he might, I'm just thinking out loud here, so I don't know if the logic is sound, but he might do something crazy like sell and say, oh, we're going to sell a massive amount because, you know, we just think that the price is going to crash soon. And then the price crashes because he said it, because he has become the modern day czar.
But he's never been known to say like Bitcoin's going down next week.
No,
like ever.
no.
All he's ever done and posted is we bought X, Y, we bought
Did he
X
ever
amount this
have
week.
this much to gain by doing so, though? And I think the
No, I don't
conspiracy
think so.
theorists will start to come out the woodwork because he could make a lot of money.
They might do, but then again, like, in the broad scheme of things, he's a small fish in a very big pond.
Okay.
Like, yes, he might own or has the biggest DAT with regard, or DAT, whatever you want to call it, treasury, Bitcoin standard thing out there. But at the end of the day, like there are whales probably bigger than him
Well,
that are unknown.
I think that's the key thing is that the other people with positions as large or larger than him are unknown, and I think that his reach will be the thing that is really his power. His power is in how many Twitter followers he has, and he's got a name for himself. He's got a brand.
I mean, I think he could potentially call some short term stuff, but he's never been known to do it before on X, so I don't see why he'd start doing it now.
No.
Like, and he knows the game. He's played the game perfectly for the last near enough a decade.
He does know that. The only thing is that now we do know that insider trading is kind of legal. It's been legalized in crypto.
They've been doing it for God knows how long.
By Trump and co. Okay, so we've covered off those things. What else was on the agenda? What does peace in Iran?
Yeah, peace deals. What do you think is going on with that?
I still think we're arranging. I can't.
So you still think we're going to get like we're going to have a peace deal on XYZ, and then that gets pushed back. And
back to 90, again. Back to 100, back to 90, back to 100. So at the moment, they're really close, and they're talking to Tehran, and we might have a peace deal next week, etc., etc. But more than likely, one of these days, probably on a Friday, Trump will come out and he'll say, "I'm sick of these guys. It seems that they're intent on having a nuclear weapon. I'm giving them a deadline. If they don't surrender by this particular time, I'm blowing up every single nuclear facility that they've ever thought of creating, and oil whips back to 105. I don't know what the catalyst will be, but I've kind of been feeling my way through it. It does feel like they hype it up, and then they bring it down, and then they hype it up, and then they bring it down, and then they hype it up and they bring it down. I don't know what the reason is.
It's just headline tennis, like realistically. Yeah. Although I was quite disappointed there was nothing major come out of the China-US meetings. I thought we were going to get a bit of news from that.
In
a sense,
we almost did, because Trump came back saying that he'd spoken to
Xi Jinping.
Yes, and that guy, and apparently he was keen on them stopping hostilities, and may even help, etc.
Yeah,
etc.
I think realistically, he's the one that's got the most sway over Iran. Because I think, as we've discussed on here before, China imports 80% of its oil from Iran, or through the Strait of Hormuz, not Iran. So that being closed is going to create issues. But then everyone seems to have forgotten that Russia had some sort of ban on exporting oil, and Russia and China are good pals. So why are they not just going to get some from there? They will. Yeah. I think this whole Strait of Hormuz thing, like before it happened, everyone was like, "Oh my God, the world's going to shut down if the Strait of Hormuz ever closes." Like the Strait of Hormuz was practically closed for 2 weeks. We've had zero supply shocks so far. Yes, we've had countries that have had issues per se, but now that they've got other ways of setting stuff up, like there's pipelines being used across Saudi that were never used to 100% capacity, which are now being used. You've probably got the likes of India and other small Asian countries buying Russian from oil, repackaging it, selling it to Australia as European oil. Like, come on, it's not hard. Just like they did in, what's that movie where they bought a load of dodgy AK ammo from Russia, repackaged it, and then sold it to America. Yeah, that's it, War Dogs. Brilliant. There'll be people out there doing the exact same stuff with oil from Russia. Like, it's not hard. So I think that countries and people are finding ways. At the end of the day, if you're in Australia and you're in government, you're going to say you're only going to get oil from so and so. But if someone can give you X amount of oil and it's a bit cheaper and it's been repackaged and blah, blah, blah from elsewhere, and it keeps your country running, you're going to make that deal. So
I think you're right, and I think it possibly goes further than that. But there's another interesting thing that hasn't occurred is we haven't had queues at the pump, and queues at
no,
the pump aren't a factor or a case of there not being oil. Queues at the pump are a case of we think there won't be oil, and at no
yeah.
point has anybody got scared enough to be like, "Oh,
Well, that might be that people have woken up a bit from, say, COVID times and are just thinking, well, the news just chat shit. So they don't listen to it anymore. Like I know quite a few people that just don't even watch the news anymore. They're just fed
well,
up with it.
I'm one of them." I
Yeah,
get
I'm
all
the
of my
same.
news from
All
Twitter.
you every time you go on there, it's negative, negative, negative. Oh my god, this is going to happen. World's going to blow up, and people get fed up of all that sort of stuff, so they just
Yeah,
cut it off.
yeah,
So it would not surprise me if that's part of it. And
yeah,
the other thing is, if it is too expensive for someone, what do? They just don't buy the gas.
yeah.
Like you saw in some of the US's surveys that it's affected, like I think it's 20% of the lower shape of the K out in the US, and people just haven't been buying gas, or they've been ride sharing with their neighbours, or doing this. They're finding ways around it. Like people are adaptable. Yes, it's not ideal, but we work it out in the end.
The second part is that Iran have been under sanctions for years, so
Yeah,
there was a good chance that a lot of their oil wasn't going through the Strait of Hormuz anyway. The other guys, yes,
yeah.
but Iran probably not anyway. They've probably already got pretty good supply chains to sneak the oil out through Pakistan, India, and
Yeah, there's going
elsewhere
to be a lot of that
anyway.
going on.
So it does seem like the Iranians don't care, and
Yeah,
that lack of care, let's say, has kind of permeated its way not only through stocks but also through crypto. Like when this whole war thing actually happened, the price drop was nowhere near as bad as when the war was threatened. When
yeah.
the war was threatened, it was
I
like,
mean,
oh no,
the
risk
other thing
off.
that I also hear about and do think about is that at the end of the day, if we're printing more money, asset prices go up. So it only makes sense in the shorter term that oil actually does go up over time, like realistically. So we might be in the next phase where oil is making a new level. So rather than being in that kind of $40 to $60 range, maybe we're going to be in that 60 to 100 range, or
Yes.
80 to 120, wherever that may be.
Yeah.
But the other thing that comes with that is that over the longer period of time, and we've seen from China's um, output of solar panels is, and like Elon mentions all the time, the only way of actually power or getting electricity costs down to zero is solar. Like we've got this great big ball in the sky that gives you free power for, well, eternity as far as we're concerned, right? But the only way to do that is to spend out on solar. So over the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whatever it might be, obviously we'll probably come up with different contraptions. But if you have a large build out of solar, that will ultimately end up driving the energy cost, well, oil's cost to zero, because
Yeah.
people will just start cutting it out. And it's not to say that happens overnight and it's a light switch, because there's always going to be someone somewhere using it. Because even if the likes of 5G nations stop using it, you'll have Asia, Indonesia, like these smaller countries still using it to power all their stuff until
Indonesia.
they can get everything for electricity for free.
Indonesia's a massive country, by the way. How dare you?
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
There's thousands of islands.
Yeah. Okay, so we're not too worried about war or peace in Iran. We
No,
feel like it doesn't really change
I think it's just,
what's
it's
going on.
something for the news outlet to put out, isn't it?
How are you feeling about quantum and the fear of
I mean,
quantum breaks Bitcoin?
just like we were talking about geopolitics, we are no professionals in that. I'm just getting most of my information from podcasts and people that do that for a job. But it's the same with quantum. Like from what I listen to, there's both sides of the stories that we listen to. Like Google come out saying actually we're 5 steps closer than we thought we were, and AI is only going to pick up the pace and blah blah blah. Again, in the short term, like I'm not severely panicked at all. And realistically, you only want to be panicked if you've got all your net worth in that one asset, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then again, like a lot of the people do talk about with regards to quantum, if someone's got quantum, they can do a hell of a lot more things than just break Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like I doubt, let's go and attack the Bitcoin network is on the first to-do list. It's probably let's try and get into the Pentagon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Databases for big companies.
Well, first thing we'll probably do is give the heads up to the companies that keep society together. That look, we've got this thing. So if the nuclear codes are SHA 256, then you want to be careful because somebody might just nick those and rockets in the sky.
So I think there's a two-edged sword. You're worried if you've got all your wealth in one asset, and that's the asset is specifically Bitcoin. And two, if someone did have the power to break the network, is that really going to be on their to-do list?
Have you seen?
I don't think it will be.
Have you seen this new fork, which is supposed to be coming out in August, I believe, called eCash?
No.
So there's a guy who tried to get drive chains into Bitcoin.
This isn't the same guy that wants to use Satoshi's coins, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we discussed this a couple episodes back.
Yes. Okay. So time is coming. That's coming up soon. Are you preparing for it? Are you loading up on your Bitcoin for the fork so that you get some of this airdrop stroke free money?
I haven't yet. Will I? Possibly. I haven't really thought about it, if I'm honest. Like, that's how much I'm bothered by it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that tells you everything you need to know from my perspective.
Yeah.
Because I'm really not that bothered. Like you say, it might be worth me buying some in the short term just to get the drop and then get the drop off.
Buy some Bitcoin and let it drop off. So I guess the reason why I'm asking is because I'm wondering on how many people's radar this possible.
It'll be on no one. It'll be on no average Joe radar.
And then, therefore, it's not really going to move the price as
like you'll only be understanding or know it's happening if you talk to anyone that's technical or an OG, realistically.
Yeah.
Because no one else discusses, or I haven't heard anyone else discuss this at all from any of the podcasts I watch.
Okay, fair enough.
And that might be an insight to who I watch. And I'm not a technical person, sort of thing. But no. I haven't heard any of the crypto ones I listen to mention that crypto fork or that Bitcoin fork.
Something I was thinking today, which is going to be kind of ironic saying this out loud on a YouTube show that we have, is that often whenever I found out about something, I found out about it like in the chat, and then it came to YouTube after the fact. I kind of feel like with everything that I've come across in crypto, I've always heard about it in the chat before I've seen it on YouTube. I kind of feel like sometimes...
Is this like a chat you're talking about, like a chat on Twitter, or like a chat between you've got...
Like a chat in a project's Discord or Telegram,
or like a GitHub or something.
Or GitHub, or a forum. But it's always in the chat before it comes to YouTube. Now, I don't know if this ever does come to YouTube. If it does, then obviously it's a big deal. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's just something I was thinking today. What has your opinions on what the next narratives will be changed? Because I today have decided that I'm going to start doing my research and positioning myself this week for our next bull run.
So what do you think those narratives are for the next bull?
Hype and Tau.
So you're still looking at perp dexes, TradFi into crypto, decentralized sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're still looking at AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes back to exactly what I discussed earlier. This AI has the AI leg has so much more to go than people I think even realize.
Yeah.
Because this thing's just going to keep evolving into different things. And from an equity point of view, I've been doing research into robotics companies. Who's going to be looking to put the AI in the robotics companies next? Like that's who I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Because this ball run we're in, we're just going to rotate through stuff. So where you'll be having those, or you could say now, Nvidia, AMD, all those big ones, they're not as, oh my God, I need to own them. So like, okay, they've ran 10x, whatever it might be. I want to look at the next thing. Which company's now going to be putting these chips, these mines into stuff?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at a lot of that at the minute. Crypto as well. Again, Hyperliquid. Like Hyperliquid has been, I think, spot on. And we mention this every week pretty much. Once they get all of TradFi's assets on there and they show they have liquidity, I think the amount of whales / institutions that you could see on there using it will be a joke.
Yeah.
And the one guy that has nailed this, and I put this in the VIP today, is Capital Flows on X.
Well, let's discuss that, because that was an interesting post, which I didn't reply to. I was going to, but I got distracted. I wonder if I can.
I should be able to get it up.
Yeah, go on now.
So he's been spot on, and he's also been against the consensus that the equities have been in a bull market, effectively. Is this it here?
Yeah,
I think this is it here. So this guy here, if you want to look into it, he's been posting on Hype, well, since it was down in the 20s, back in, what was that? It's got to be Jan, Feb.
Yeah, a while.
Let's have a look quick. Let's have a quick look. So he's been banging the drum on Hype, I think, way before here. So Jan, February, but then way before that as well. He's been banging the drum. Now, he's been saying effectively the best way to own this is PER, which is this new DAT that you can own. And again, for UK investors, the best way to get exposure to Hyperliquid is by owning the DAT. Yes, it's more volatile, but if you own crypto, you're not put off by volatility.
Why is it better? Why do you feel it's better to own the DAT than it is to own?
Well, if you're in the UK, purely taxes.
Okay.
But then also you have a higher percentage or higher percent gain. So because it's a smaller asset via market cap, obviously more capital that flows into it, higher it goes up. So I own it's about 60-40 in PER's favor for my exposure to Hype, effectively. And I still think it's the best. That I put out that today I took some profits on that, because I do think we will have an opportunity to go back in. But as he outlays in this post, effectively, if you go down, he thinks it isn't done. And at the top, you saw briefly there that he thinks Hype could easily go to 350 this year if the following plays out. And he mentions PER and all this stuff at the bottom. But
what would that make Hype's market cap? Because when I saw
to get to Solana's, if it was Solana's market cap, it takes it to about $260.
So it would have to be bigger than Solana.
Yeah, it would be in the third spot, effectively.
So essentially, market cap would be over 100 billion. It's only 11th now, so we're talking still another 5x from here, 6x.
Let's see what it says. Why did it say Pepe? Bloody Pepe! I did not type Pepe. If Hype reached $350, it'd put a circulating market cap at approximately 89 billion, and that would put it to B&B's current price.
Yeah.
So it would be fourth.
Now,
Go
for
on.
B&B to get there, to get to where they got to, they had to have an entire ecosystem,
Yeah.
not just a killer app, which is what Hype has at the moment. Is it?
But Hype's building that ecosystem though.
So that's
Like
the
it
interesting
is.
part.
Yeah.
So that's where my thoughts were going this morning.
And I also think, and we always talk about B&B being the Asia sort of thing. Like they've definitely got a hell of a lot more Asia investors, eyes on the token than they have in the West. Hyperliquid, I can't remember the guy's name now, but I'm pretty sure one of the main guys at Hyperliquid is US based.
Yeah.
For a start. And if they're to get clarity with the new guy in charge that we spoke about earlier on in the video, old Kevin. So if they get some more stuff through with Kevin in the Congress and whatnot,
Old Kev.
I think this sets up Hyperliquid to be a top 5 asset. I don't see why it can't get there.
I think top 5. I think it's a stretch.
Realistically, it could even get bigger than ETH if TradFi adopted it as its trading thing. I imagine NASDAQ doesn't get used anymore and everyone used Hype.
Imagine. But
Exactly.
I don't think it happens.
No, unlikely.
I don't think it
But
happens.
what's to say you don't get some institutions start using Hype? I mean, I saw it the other day on the Wall Street Journal on their digital front cover. There was a picture of the Hyperliquid screen in the back shot of the front cover.
The problem is that when an asset is going through a rally like Hype is, where it's
you're always going to have people coming out saying stuff.
now they're always top five, and we had it with Uniswap.
I think about B&B, right? But you think about B&B, you think about Hype. I don't use Binance at all. I've rarely used it ever. This might be me because we're in UK, Western Hemisphere sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know a lot of people that use B&B for anything. Like their Asta thing, that never worked. They tried to.
You're throwing way too much. You're throwing way too much shade on B&B right now. It's
probably because I don't use it though.
Right. So the bull run before you came, everything was B&B. This was the bull run.
Oh, I mean, there was that Axie Infinity that was B&B in what?
Well,
21?
everything. This was right. So this was that bull run, but the entire thing, everything was B&B. So B&B during that cycle was what Solana was in the last cycle, but possibly more. You know, that when we had like.
Could you argue that cycle was then an Asian-based cycle, and what you're potentially seeing with Hype and the AI stuff could potentially be a Western Hemisphere cycle?
No, you could, but it would be a weak argument, but you could. So if you were to say that, you would say, right, because Binance is based in Asia, most of their trade was done in Asia, although they had an American arm, which was proven to be illegal for whatever reason. Matey Boy went to prison over it. You could say that they were an Asian thing, but
as a technology, you always get not third world countries, but lesser world countries adopting new stuff quicker because they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, but I don't think that was the case with B&B. B&B was just the biggest. It was just the biggest exchange by a long way. It had the most volume by a long way. But then through the Binance chain, it just became the place to go and do stuff. It was faster than ETH. It was cheaper than ETH. And Solana, although it existed, it didn't exist meaningfully.
Yeah.
And that's why B&B got as big as it did. Now, during that time, B&B had its own chain, which was PancakeSwap, which arguably didn't get as high as Hype has, but arguably was the exchange of the chain. Now, for Hype to get to where BNB is, Hype now has to have a chain, which means it
I
will
don't
have to
think it
have.
does though. I think it's just it's aiming for different people.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas Binance was aiming for your
Retail.
retail. Hype isn't interested in retail. They want big money institutions whales.
They just want volume.
Exactly. So I think that BNB nailed the retail arm. Like they have the most users, well, in the world from an exchange point of view. Whereas Hype,
other than maybe Solana now.
yeah, possibly. And
If
whereas Hyperliquid is aiming for a total different kettle of fish. And that kettle of fish has a hell of a lot more money to flow into that than retail. So that's why I think this argument is kind of warranted in a way, because you only need maybe 5-10% of that bigger kettle of fish to come over to Hype, and boom, you're at the same level as BNB.
That's always been the argument in crypto, though. Always been the argument.
But there's never been anyone to
need a tiny bit of TradFi.
There's never been anyone to facilitate TradFi though, has there? Like Coinbase have done a bit with their institutional arm.
Yeah.
And their institutional arm is arguably as big as BNB now.
They do have their own chain, Coinbase, but they don't have their own token.
Yeah, but their private institutional arm is, well, they say Coinbase and BNB are practically the same size. And if you think about it, Coinbase has done it with half the users that BNB has. They're just bigger in size. Yeah. So this is where I think Hyperliquid's aiming for and fits in.
So it's interesting because the reason why I will argue against it is because it hasn't happened yet. But that's a stupid reason to argue, especially in crypto.
When we can kind of see it happening in front of our face.
When we're watching it happen, yeah.
Like every week we're on here, we're looking to try and get hold of TradFi stuff that you can trade on perps.
Yeah.
And again, Hyperliquid will be picking up your retail as they go.
Do you know what I think will be interesting? When other nations start to put their equities on Hype. At the moment, you've got American stuff and you've got international stuff, let's call it, like WTI and Brent oil. But what happens when you start to get like, I don't know, like Taylor Wimpey, if they still exist, or like other English? I'm trying to think of English.
I don't know, because the trouble is though, you think of English stuff, they're going to be one of the last countries they're interested in getting on there. Realistically, the most traded stocks in the world are US and Chinese.
Right, but who makes that decision? So that's so there you go. So let's say not English, right? Let's say Tencent goes on there.
Yeah, they go for Tencent, BYD, stuff like that. Yeah.
Who decides what goes on there?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It's the nodes, right? The nodes.
From a regulatory point of view, I know Hyperliquid had to talk with, or had to say, or have some sort of discussion with the Nasdaq prior to them putting stocks on there. Yeah. Now, whether they would have to do the same with the Hong Kong exchange or whatever it is out in China, I don't know. And again, they're decentralized, so it's not like you can attack one person.
Because the interesting part is with Hyperliquid, a lot of the stuff you get on there is not actually spot; it's perps, right? So
they are a perps exchange.
So effectively, you're not actually holding the stock at all.
No, it's like holding a tokenized stock on Solana, isn't it?
Yeah, you're borrowing against the price going up or down. Purely on paper, which is interesting.
But the thing is, I think they've made it a hell of a lot more, or a lot easier to do than it is on Solana. Yes, people can go on their Phantom wallet, but the people that do it on their Phantom wallet arguably haven't got as much capital of that people are logging onto a computer that are logging onto Hype.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, like going back to the retail TradFi side of things, retail want everything on a phone. Hype's not built to be used on a phone.
Yeah.
Hype is built to be used on multiple monitors with people looking at 10 different screens in 10 seconds. Like the full shebang that you see on Wall Street. That is their who they want to attract.
Yeah. I'm really trying to think of what the leveraged play on Hype is, and it's not the meme coin.
The DAT.
And
if not, then you just buy spot Hype. Like there's no need to try and get a leveraged position on it, if you know what I mean.
If it's going to become another ecosystem, then you definitely want to start looking into the ecosystem.
Oh yeah, you can look stuff that builds on it. 100%.
Yeah, you want to pick.
But I think for your average Joe or the people that watch this, and even for myself, like you're probably best having the majority of position if you're bullish on Hype in Hype itself. Like yes, it's a measly 5x that we're talking about to get to the same as Solana.
Yeah.
But that's just in the Hype token. Like the DAT will probably do 8, 10x.
It's not enough.
But that's only not enough for OGs like yourself.
It's not enough.
50, 100x.
Well, the thing is,
whereas I'm more than happy with a 5x.
But we're talking about what potentially could be the next big ecosystem in the industry. So first it was Ethereum, and if you was picking out DeFi projects, you're making a killing. Then it was meme coins. If you're picking out meme coins, you're making. Now we're looking at another ecosystem. I think we have to start looking at.
I think if you're looking at ecosystems, I think like you said, is BitTensor and Tau.
Yeah,
you've got a hell of a lot more of finding those bigger X's on there, looking at that ecosystem. I think, than maybe looking at Hype, unless of course you want the approach of I can't be asked to deep dive into the ecosystem. I just want the token.
I think it's the other way around, right? I think on Hype, you probably got more chance to make bigger returns, but it will take more research. With Tau, luckily everything's kind of boxed out for you. So you've got 3 options really. You buy Hype, you sit on Hype. That's you got 4. Buy Hype, sit on Hype. Best case, if this guy's bull prediction comes in, Hype gets to number 5. Or number 5 it was, weren't it?
Yeah.
Hype gets to number 5. Then you've done your 5x, 6x, happy days. Yeah. The second option, a little bit further out on the risk curve, is you buy the DAT. Unfortunately, you can't just do that on crypto because it's not even on Hype. So you have to go to the overlords, and
you'll need some sort of exchange.
You have to go through that rigmarole. But then you've got maybe 10x. Next to that, you go and you chase after something that builds in the Hype ecosystem. That's still tiny, and it might.
But that's going to take more work.
That's going to take much more work to find and much higher risk.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is like narratives wise is privacy coins.
Yeah,
like Zcash is still hovering around that top 10. Zcash is 11th at the minute. I don't think they're fading away.
No.
So the top narratives for me are, and still are, and will remain, privacy, perp dexes, and AI sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think DeFi should go and miss as well. Like when it comes to DeFi, and again, I'm just talking my book here. Is Syrup and Aerodrome. I still don't think they're done. And then for the next wave of liquidity that we're looking to come into the crypto market, as Jordy Fisser talks about, your best retail catalyst or signal to see when that is Dogecoin.
Yeah, well, always has been.
And I think it will continue to be.
Yeah.
So Doge, and then that's not from a meme coin perspective at all. It's just an indicator of when your next wave of liquidity is. Because when that starts to move, you know there's abundant liquidity to start floating around.
Agreed. Okay, so my homework for this week is to go and I'm going to find two Tau projects.
I'll see if I can find anything on them as well.
And I'm going to find 2 Hype projects. because I think now it's time to start considering that the cycle is not 4 years now; it's 2 years. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
I mean, realistically, we also need to see if Bitcoin is going to try and get itself out of this short-term bear, we need to see some progression in that. If not, then you just play the tokens slash charts that have momentum.
Yeah,
You just become a momentum follower slash trader,
yeah,
and you see where this stuff goes.
yeah. Like, so what I'm thinking is try and find two strong projects on Tau, two strong projects on Hype. You don't buy them until you're certain, right? Bitcoin is not going to 50.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a very hard thing to be certain of, because even as we're at 77, I'm still feeling like a little bit, we could go up, we could go down.
I mean, Near seems to be rallying a lot lately.
Yeah.
And again, that's been classed as a kind of an AI coin token. Could that just be them running stops? I don't know.
Near's
I
a
don't
funny
really
one.
know.
Near is just an everything token. So no matter what the narrative of the day is, Near will fit it. It's just a very technically good chain. So people will say, "Oh, well, you can have DAOs on there, or you can have privacy on there. Like everything's just going to become Near. You can do it on there." So it'll be interesting. But I do think with Near at the moment, like price wise, 270. Even though it's done, what has it done?
70% in the last 7 days, I think.
Yeah, 100% in the last month. I still think it's decent because we're still 90% down, give or take, from all-time highs, 86% down. So could still do another 4x.
Depends how spread you want to be though with your capital, to be honest.
Yeah, small bets here and there. What do they call it? A diversified portfolio is always a good thing. And then another thing with Near is that Near is an ecosystem. So if you do all right, if you double your money, you can start to go into Near and try to find nice projects. But yeah, I do like Near. It's a really good experience as well as a user. They don't have long wallet names. Like from the start, you get your own name. So it's like ENS style name. Yeah, it's really good. It's just cheap, fast, easy to use, well laid out. Honestly, like when I was using it before, I lost a lot of money on Near because when I first used it, I was like, well, this is brilliant. Surely this wins. And
surely.
Yeah, and it
famous
didn't.
Last words.
Yeah, and it didn't. And then now we've got to know. And this is the interesting thing about crypto, which could well happen with Hype. Now we've got a whole new generation that come in, and they're like, "What the hell is that? Who even cares?" And the same could happen with Hype. The same could happen where we have a whole new generation. We're here in 10 years' time. You're all speaking to some up and coming crypto guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, but Hype, man, who cares?" It was probably just a Asian thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
right, should we get into predictions?
Predicciones.
Let's go.
I think we can hang our head in shame massively after our debacle from last week.
So Bitcoin basically didn't move. ETH basically didn't move.
Did it not even go to 2,250? Because yours was quite close.
No, we went as low as 2,000, and your prediction was what, 1.9?
Yeah.
We went as high as 2,150.
Okay.
So miles away. Hype, both wrong. We both went lower on that, didn't we?
Yeah. It was reaching, when we did say it was reaching the top of that, it was coming to that resistance zone, we were like, yeah.
Nat Gas, both wrong, but I do think this will be right in longer time frame with this.
We've got a position in Nat Gas.
Yeah, and then Tau nearly. We both predicted what, 300?
Yeah.
We hit a high of 293. So I think we can give ourselves a point each.
Oh, that
Yeah.
stopped us from getting 0.
Unfortunately.
Massive donut.
And no clear winner.
No.
So first of all, we've still got a tail position on, as well as a Nat Gash, yeah?
Yeah.
We got stopped out on hype, that's fine. What assets do you want this week?
Well, we've got to do our predictions first. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
that's
need
what
assets, though.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry. It's hot, you know?
What do we want?
It's hot. Right, okay.
I think we keep Bitcoin, ETH. What else is out there?
Zcash?
Yeah, we can do Zcash.
Do you want to do...
Is that in here already?
Are there any...
Zcash.
What else do I want to do?
Can we do... No.
Do you want to do near?
Can do.
I feel like near's an easy short.
If you're going down that book, then I'm going to say Ton.
Why Ton? Has Ton done badly this week? Ton's done nothing.
It's done pretty well.
Oh, it's done well the last 24 hours. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Right, so we got Bitcoin, ETH, Zcash, near Ton. Do we want a TradFi asset?
Yeah, we need one, don't we? Let's have
What
one.
do we want?
Should we
Gold.
Oh, I was going to say strategy.
Silver. Yeah, can do.
Let's do strat then.
Strategy.
MSTR. Oh, you can get the per dat on here now.
Are you sure it's the per dat and not the meme?
Yeah, because it's called per dat.
Oh, it is on hype.
But it's
Solid.
perp, not spot.
Okay. Right, so Bitcoin, sir, what do you think?
What did we choose? Strategy.
Yeah, unless you want to do per.
We should have done per, as we did mention it.
Okay, let's do per.
Let's do per dat. You got to call it per dat.
Per dat.
Per dat. Per dat. Per dat.
Right.
Per
There we
dat.
go. So Bitcoin, sir, what do you think for next week?
Oh.
I'm gonna go remain with my last week's target and say 82. I do like this here, what we've done. You've had this kind of breakout, retest it once, held, retest it twice. Hopefully you get some follow through. It looks like we're holding that support. And from a weekly point of view, there's an argument to say that is, what is it? They call it a dragonfly doji or something. This candle here, i.e. we went down really low. All the buyers stepped in, managed to close the week pretty strong. So potentially get some follow through next week. I kind of like this one here. Yeah, I said 82.
What we at now? 77. Yeah, come on then. Let's have some.
You coming with me?
Yeah.
Love it. ETH. What do you think?
Here comes bullish crypto. See.
I'm gonna go with last week's target again. 250.
We're so bad at ETH, you know. When I was looking through our vault at the things that we've lost money on, ETH, we haven't ever.
It's the one thing.
Oh my gosh, it's like.
I think it might be a case of us just being right but wrong timing.
Yeah, well, of course, because we're always right. But it's just when.
But yeah, ETH.
What do you say?
Zcash. Oh, what did you say? Yeah, 250.
250.
No,
Okay,
call it
I'm
two
gonna, I'm gonna,
three.
I'm gonna say 2,350.
I'm going 2-3.
Okay,
You can go 2-350.
just for the extra point.
Yeah. Zcash. Let me tidy this chart up a bit. Holy.
Oh, do you remember when Zcash was all the way?
Testing all-time highs.
Do you remember when Zcash was all the way down at 200, and I was like, "Yeah, this project's dead now. It's finished. The team have left." You remember? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that working out for you, Crypto C? It's now at 665.
I mean, the ball flag breakout sticks it at 5k.
But that's not happening.
Triangle breakout sticks it at approximately 970.
I'm gonna say 600.
600.
To hell with Zcash. I've never liked
I
it.
reckon it goes new all-time highs.
I've never liked it. I'll not apologise. I'm gonna say 820. 820 for me, please, sir. Huge. It's a big 30%. It's not like you. I'll give you double points if you get that one. I'm going to put a star by that and a number 2.
What did you go for? 600.
I said 10% one way or the other. You've gone whopping. But
I think we could be in for a big week. I don't know why. I'm just feeling funky.
I like it. I'm here for
near.
it. Yeah.
That's a massive move, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a massive mood.
I like near. Do we start?
Has it run its course though for a bit?
You'd be crazy to bet on it at this point. But we said the same about hype last week.
Yeah, but hype wasn't up as much as this.
No.
Hype was just preloading the move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 215.
1.5.
Yeah, 215.
I'm gonna say 320.
320, yeah?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Ton. See, Ton I prefer to near, just purely for a breakout retest. No, I think it just chops for a bit before potentially heading higher. So can I say 180 or is that too close?
Yeah, you can. 180 is fine.
I don't expect it to do much.
I'm gonna say 250.
250 up there.
That. Have you even got that on your one?
Yeah, here.
You got everything on there, haven't you?
Yeah, boy. So, do you know what's interesting with this? And I was looking at it because this is in my book, so I have to look at it. We have this lovely trend channel that we've been in and respected really well. And you could also class as potentially, I think, a rising wedge. You have this potential throw over / fake out. So it would not surprise me now if we then come and re-tapped in with the lower end of this now. But whether that happens in a week is the question.
It's been respecting the hell out of those lines.
Yeah.
Per has been respecting
What's a 10% move in this? $7, $6.90. And this move's pretty big. Do you know what? I want to go 650. 650 for me.
I'm gonna go 950. And here's
950.
and here's why.
Go for it.
I think that hype just has to move sideways for this to continue moving upwards.
I don't know. Let me overlay hype quickly, and let's see
If
how
it
it
lags.
fares.
Yeah.
Let's look at what is this one spot.
I want to see the last time that hype painted a bull flag. What did Perdat do? Because I think hype's going to paint.
So if we do daily, yeah, it's pretty much mirroring it. Like literally peg to peg.
Same.
Yeah. Peg to peg. You could argue that this here is
interesting.
A reset before we continue up.
Yeah, because why? What? Because it does look like slightly like Perdat didn't take all of what hype done.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a case that we're just coming in from a technical point of view and retesting that block here.
And then off we go, off to the races.
Yeah, before coming up.
All right, I'm happy with that 950. I do like that one then.
I'm not happy with mine, but I think it could be one that gets me that extra point.
It could.
So I'm going to be brazen and hold it.
And what are you going for? 690?
Yeah. No, 650.
650, yeah, 650.
Yeah.
All right. Gambling.
Could be wrong. Right, over to you, sir. But before we do anything, we need to discuss what we've got on from last week and what to do with it.
Let's take the money and run.
So, first of all, how's Nat Gas getting on?
Oh, most importantly, Nat Gas. I have to come away from here. Oh, it's down.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be
down. So down, it would be down 4.5%. We get there's where we got in, and we've come down to here. We were up for a little while, but we have come back down here. Don't know what to say really. I think energy stocks still, for me, are the place to be.
Yeah, I think we hold Nat Gas.
Especially as we're coming into a productivity boom with AI. I think we're going to be doing more. We're going to need more gas for that. Prices going up, plus they're printing money, and demand for this is not.
I mean, the only thing I would say is if we wanted to put or keep risk on, we take the Nat Gas off and put Per on.
Oh. Take the 9% hit and just jump in on Per.
Yeah. I know Per's potentially more volatile, but more risk, more reward.
I don't mind that, as an idea.
Also, what we could do is put half the position on now and then stick a limit order.
Oh, we didn't put all our balance on. So we can add Per. We only put on 38.
How much have we got left?
43.
Stick that all on Per. Because we got no stop loss, have we? Actually, if we stick that on Per, will that affect our stop loss on that gas? I think it will. Because we've got no margin. Is that correct, Amundo?
Sorry, I'm just reading this thing I've got. Unified accounts, so they don't have separate spot on perps. That's good, because swapping between the two was annoying. Okay, right, so now we've got unified accounts. I wonder if, we'll try on the vaults to see if we can I just try that now?
Yeah, go on.
Try. So we normally come here and go to Nat Gas. If I put this down to,
I can't make you full screen.
I hate that
having my monitor with me.
Yeah, no, I still can't anyway. All right, so we're gonna buy some. We're gonna buy some Perdat, yeah.
Yeah.
Our liquidation is at
I don't think we do a lot of leverage either. I think like 2-3% max.
2x.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was isolated anyway, so if we buy this, it's not going to change
Okay,
our.
sweet. I thought it might have been isolated, but I didn't know if we had a cross on it, just in case. What's our liquidation level?
4.3.
4.3. Yeah, I like it. It's a way off, isn't it?
Yeah, not gonna hit that.
That is a way off.
What's going on here?
The only thing that I think could fuck this up is if we have some sort of equity back off this week.
Place too far from Oracle. What's going on here then? Let's do 98%. Let's try again. Price too far from Oracle.
You're on market buy, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Try 90% of the capital.
All right, let me do limit.
What? We don't want no limit?
I'm going to do limit and I'm just going to buy up to that price. Price too far from Oracle.
I'm just having a look at what that means. It's a safety mechanism that rejects an order if the request price diverges aggressively from the global Oracle price. The asset's true spot price across major exchanges. What's the price on there at the minute for that?
8.36. That's the mark and the Oracle price. So see what it is in
8.36. Okay, the actual per that is currently 7.67.
Right.
Is the market open today in the US?
Should be. Should be. But having said that, that probably explains why this has happened. Since 8 this morning, the price is flatlined because no one can get in or out.
Yeah.
We're too far away from the Oracle price. Okay, so what's the actual price now?
7.67. Because it says on here how to resolve it. Adjust your price. Submit a limit order closer to the current market or market price. Wait for liquidity.
So the per price is all the way down here.
The actual DAT is listed at that, yeah.
No, that can't be right because you checked it on
It's 767.
Yeah, you checked it on TradingView and it was 8.
No, 767
on TradingView.
Yeah. Now.
Hold on, show me.
What do you mean show you? No, it's closed today. That's why. It's Memorial Holiday. That's why, because the stock market is closed. They can't get access to NASDAQ Oracle, so they can't give you the live price, which stops you from buying the asset.
That's crazy because that doesn't stop you with oil.
I don't think oil markets are different to NASDAQ, aren't they? They're commodity markets.
Okay.
Probably different times.
All right, cool. Right. So,
anywho, we just won't be able to buy that today.
Yeah, sod that.
Try again tomorrow.
Chuck that one in the bin for now. Let's decide which ones of the other ones we're going to Dow.
Yeah. So we both agree on Bitcoin. We both agree on ETH. We disagree on ZEC. We disagree on NEAR. And we disagree on TON.
BTC or ETH?
Actually, what are we doing with TAO first?
Oh, let's close it.
You think?
Take the money and run, sir.
I think we leave it open, you know.
Nobody ever went broke taking profits.
Okay, yeah, I say that all the time. Take the money. You need to share your screen, by the way.
Oh.
Take the Mahoney.
Especially because we took a big L last week.
Oh, with hype.
Yeah.
Can we close at 90% of it and leave 10 on?
You want to do 90%?
Yeah. And then move our stop up
no.
to... When was our entry?
I've just closed that market.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, at limit.
Oh, just cancel the orders.
What was it? 239. No, that must
Just
be
cancel all orders. And then scroll up on the right-hand side.
Hold on, let me take that 90% because I didn't take the 90%. So I close that market. 90%. All right, okay, bosh. That's that. Now, with
Right,
this,
what was our entry? 256.
258.
258.
Should I put
Stop loss at
loss
270.
Yes. Stop
For the full amount. And then configure amount and change that to max.
Okay, yeah. And what? Just let the rest of it run?
Yeah, leave it.
No TP?
Yeah.
YOLO, baby. Okay.
Right. So then other ones. So Bitcoin and ETH?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do, what was it, Bitcoin long? Or do you want to do a limit long? What do you fancy?
If we do a limit long, where are we limiting from? 75?
I was going to say 77, 76, 8.
All right. Do you want to do a limit or should we just get in?
What looks better just to get in? ETH or Bitcoin? Would argue decisions. I'll argue ETH.
So we'll limit Bitcoin, yeah?
Limit long Bitcoin from what? 66.8?
76.8, you mean?
Sorry, 76.8, yeah.
Okay, TP 82.
Yeah.
Stop loss 75.
76.8. Let me look on the 4 hour quick.
I think stop loss might be 74.2 or something like that.
I was in a 75.8.
That tight, yeah?
Yeah. What's our estimated loss on that if we do 4%?
3%.
That's fine. Yeah, I think that's good.
I think that's very tight.
Yeah, I think it's tight, but I like it. Okay, do a little bit more if you want, 75.5 or something.
Yeah, I want to do a lot more. Because what I want is...
I don't think we should...
I'm worried about this area.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I don't think we should go past that one above. So keep going up a little bit more.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that. I don't think we should go past that. Okay. If we're going to continue our trend, that's a support that we want to hold. And that's at what, 76?
Yeah. All right, so we'll go 75.8. All right.
So that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Because I like that one that you were looking at. It has been the bounce, like for the V, which has shown strength. So now I think the trend just needs to continue.
Right, okay. So we might, hopefully we come down into here.
Yeah, just a tad. Get filled, off to the races.
Okay. 3x.
Yeah, you're on limit though, but we are doing a limit, aren't we?
Yeah, we're doing limit.
Margin.
Margin is massive now, $320.
Ugh.
But it's the vault, isn't it?
Yeah.
No more $20 days. Those days are done, mate.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, go for it. Right, and then ETH with market long.
I quite like an oil long from here, you know.
Oil long.
Yeah.
Can't do it though, can we?
No, I might do it
Unless
in
you
my.
put oil on instead of per.
I might do it in my private life. No, I prefer per to oil actually. All right, so what we're doing? ETH.
ETH market. ETH market long. Take profit. What was our targets?
2-3.
2-3.
Yeah, let's go 2-3. We'll go with yours.
Yeah, 2-3, 2-3.50. It's similar.
Stop loss.
Stops again. I don't think we go below that kind of low, which is around the 2050 area. So maybe 2K. Do you see that bit? See the bit I'm looking at around 250? Yeah, that stretch again.
Yeah.
I don't want us to go below that. I think if we go below that, we're wrong. So say 230-ish, 240.
Let's add
a stop.
Let's go 40, yeah. 2040.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is market long, yeah?
Yeah.
Isolated?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Always.
And we're good.
Okay. If we're in.
Love it.
Okay, and I guess that is that.
Yeah. Why do you like oil, by the way?
Because I'll show you.
What, US, or are you looking at
WTI? Yeah.
WTI crude? Yeah, I see what you're looking at. I see it.
Then you see it.
Areas of support that we've bounced from before.
Like we always come to 90.
Yeah, come to 90, you get a bounce. I mean, that brief period in April that we kind of went below to 78, but just rebounded again.
Yeah.
I think you're right that we could have a bounce to about 100 again, but then I think we break lower.
What? Break lower? Well,
yeah.
I did think that before, but then you said something interesting today, which is because of the money being printed, 50 might not be the new norm.
No, I don't think it is. I think we're potentially just building that new range, but it's just where is that new range?
Yeah, so I feel like that slows down the suck, if you get what I mean, downwards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think new range could be between like 80 to 120.
It's crazy, that is.
I mean, you say it's crazy. We've been between 34 and 110 since 2004.
Yeah.
It's no different from where we've been.
Yeah.
It's just that every time we get a spike, there's a narrative.
Look at this. Remember when we bought oil back down here?
Yeah, closed it out like idiots.
No, you did. I didn't close my personal one out.
Actually, it take profit, didn't it?
No. I had that thing where I broke Hyperliquid because my position was too powerful. The person on the other side of me had lost too much money, so my position got closed.
Bastards.
I know. What a whale, eh?
You must have absolutely destroyed some poor person. It wasn't a fella from Instagram again, was it? Trying to short oil.
Oh, can you imagine?
Tony.
Poor old Tony.
Poor old Tony's been liquidated twice because of us. And one because of you personally.
No, I don't think it was Tony. I hope not anyway. Sorry, Tony. Other than that, I'm working on something for Sunak called Soon Snap. I don't know if it's going to work though.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Sunak is back from the dead. Our meme coin that we launched 2 years ago now. That was broken.
I saw someone sold a fair bit of it the other day.
I know. That's what prompted me to like start back again.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, well, that's the last great capitulation. Market cap, like...
There's a fair amount of it as well. It's like, what was it? I was looking on Dex, was it Dex Screener or Meteoro, whatever it is?
Yeah.
I was looking on one of them. There's a fair amount of tokens.
I know. Market cap's only 4K. Like, it's time to come back
Yeah.
from the dead. But remember, if you remember, it was that rug check was saying that it was a dangerous
Yeah, that
token.
was shit.
Yeah, because I'd put the liquidity into a custom LLM or a dynamic LLM and not a standard LLM. AMM. A custom AMM and not a standard AMM or something like that.
Yeah. And that's what was saying that we were bad.
Yeah, but now they've updated their system so it recognizes the custom ones, it recognizes the new ones. So now we're good again. Have I showed you? Let me show you.
Yeah. I think you put it in the waffle, didn't you?
Yeah, but I haven't put it on our.
Or was it in the Sunak chat? I saw it.
No, let's put it. Well, that's not right. RichieSunak.com. Oh, there we are. Right at the top. Let me get this. Let me go to rug check. So now we check our token. We are now good. But look at that market cap. It's like 4.9K. That's like.
What's the liquidity? It's more greater than the market cap, right?
Yes. Just almost.
Yeah.
3.3K, 450, 100. I think
Top holders. Radium, Meteorapol, and some wallets.
The creator.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
6% of the supply.
$800. Baller. All the tokens
Boom.
there. Or a 360 no scope blaze it. I wonder if this is me then.
Possibly.
No, but I don't have doodles.
I don't think I've got any 360 no scope.
Have you got any Sunak?
Yeah, I got Sunak. I think I got 3 wallets for Sunak, you know. I went and done some like media for it.
Yes, I know.
Media coverage.
So anyway, that's back now. So we'll see where we can get that to.
Yeah, let me see if I could. Let me see my wallets. See what I've got sitting in there. In Sunak.
Oh yeah, so there you go. Look, so there is a pool that's got 93 million Sunak. So there is a pool that.
I've got 20. Is it 29 million?
Okay.
Sunak in one, and then I've got 9 million in another.
Right, so let's get this to $1, and then we'll have enough money. Then we'll have enough.
Then I'll
money
dump on Tony's head.
Then we'll have enough money to buy France. We'll have enough money to buy France. And
Tony, here's the next trade. Sunak.
Insider networks, no insider networks detected. So that's good.
Yeah.
That means that we're not doing
We
insider.
might have to go for a rebrand.
You can't.
Can you not?
No. And it's crazy because we branded it as Sunak and he immediately lost.
Yeah. We were the exact peak of Richie's time.
Top signal.
Yeah,
we were
top blasted.
We were Sunak.
We top blasted ourselves.
We top blasted Richie Sunak. So yeah, so there is that. I'm gonna add it to our website.
It's all fun and games, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's all fun and games.
We're coming back. We're gonna get this to $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion market cap. Why not?
If that goes to $1 billion, I won't be here.
But let's see, right? Who will we have to catch?
Some pretty big people for $1 billion.
Shiba Inu.
We will have to catch Algorand, which is currently 60th.
Algorand is a scam coin. Oh.
We have to be bigger than Venice token.
Polygon. Yikes.
Bigger than Filecoin. Bigger than Jupiter.
All right, no, but let's look at the other memes that are this high. So Pepe, we'd be in company with them. Shiba Inu.
Yeah, they're quite big though. They have to be bigger than Bonk, Pudgy Penguins. Yeah, it's a hard task.
You don't see it happening.
We've got our work cut out. That's all I can say.
Well, all we need is a few meetups, you know. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I will try my best to get the trades graphics sent out tonight.
Yes.
So I need to go eat some grub, and then I shall have a crack. So until next time, ladies and gents, thank you for watching episode 80, and we shall see you next week. Adios.